Hello, welcome back to another anime art video. My name is Dennis and I'm a beginner artist, and in today's video I'm going to be drawing Kenpachi Zaraki. One thing that I like, but I don't like at the same time, is the fact that something like this happens in this episode. I'm going to tell you what it is, I want you to understand it, and I want you to tell me if it makes sense. Most likely you won't tell me, but you'll at least think about it. It'd be food for thought. Okay, so Ichigo Kurosaki in this episode has officially left from Waco Mundo and has went into a Gargantia or Garganta, either one, and is now traveling back to the Soul Society to Karakura Town in order to fight Aizen. Right? Right. Okay. Captain, a captain is actively seeing his spiritual pressure, like, and how it's leaking out, and she chooses, okay, let me walk in the front. And then she says to him, um I think he says first, he says that if he were fully healed, he'd be he'd do better, right? And she says, I don't know what better you can do right now. You're at the same level as me, right? She senses how strong he is actively. She's sensing how strong he is right now. And she says definitively that he is as strong as she is right now, right? So, and that's what she's basing this off of. She's like, okay, if Ichigo's as strong as a captain, if what I'm feeling from him is as strong as a captain, and he hasn't seen Aizen's weapon, I think that Ichigo stands a good chance. Okay. So Ichigo tells her, hey, don't look down on me that much. My body might be healed, but Orihime is able to heal spiritual pressure, which, if you couldn't tell, I'm in my Bankai right now, and my cloak in my Bankai, it shows how much spiritual pressure I have at any given time. So the fact that he had like less than, I think he had like a quarter of his coat left. He had like the right sleeve and like a little bit of drapage off of that. That's how much he had. So she was like, okay, so he can get stronger. My problem then becomes, if Ichigo Kurosaki is that strong, I do not, and I cannot understand, nor can I even remotely comprehend the fact that any of the opponents that he fights should not be anywhere close to able to touch him. Why? Because if Ichigo Kurosaki has confirmed by a captain is has the same spiritual pressure as a captain right now, when his cloak is almost completely gone, when his cloak is fully there, then that would mean that his spiritual pressure is far stronger than most captains, even at the rank that he is. And I understand spiritual pressure doesn't naturally equate to strength, but in Ichigo's case, it actually does, because a lot of Ichigo's attacks are spiritual pressure based. Like, his energy is what, like, is basically the fundamentals of his technique. If you look at somebody like Kenpachi and compare him to Ichigo, Ichigo has more spiritual pressure than Kenpachi. But Kenpachi, for some reason, can fight opponents that Ichigo can't fight. It doesn't make sense and it doesn't add up, especially since Ichigo has a Bankai, which Kenpachi doesn't, and he has a visored mask. Ichigo has both of those things, but for some reason, he's always behind in power to the captains that he that then the captains that tell him that he's stronger or that he has more spiritual pressure. He's not that insanely bad at fighting that, like that he can't stand a chance against people. Like it's weird that that's even a thing, but it is what it is. The story will do what they want with the main character at any given time to justify specific battles and things like along those nature. But I'm gonna say right now, it don't work like that. If I'm stronger than you, if my power is stronger than you when I'm not at my full, like when my spiritual pressure isn't at its highest point and it's not even 50% of my highest, it's lower than 50, then that means that when I'm at 100, you should stand no chance against me. And that's how it should work. Like Ichigo fights using his spiritual pressure in his Bankai form. In his Bankai form, his speed increases and his power increases. And why is that? Because his spiritual pressure also increases. His spiritual pressure determines how strong you are. An example of that would be when Renji first showed up to get Rukia. Renji overpowered Ichigo up until the point that Ichigo actually had his resolve and the will to kill him, and then he started his spiritual pressure went berserk, and then he started overpowering Renji. And the reason why Byakuya was able to beat him was because Byakuya's spiritual pressure is more advanced, right? And then even so on and so forth, from every opponent that he ends up fighting, he gets stronger after each battle. But then when he fights Byakuya again, when he's saving Renji, I mean when he's saving Rukia, he fights Byakuya and he doesn't soundly beat Byakuya. And why is that? Even though he beat Kenpachi, well, because Ichigo's mindset pretty much determines how he will fight in any given situation. But an opponent that Ichigo Kurosaki has beaten in his weaker states, he should be far stronger than now. And it's weird that the story constantly has these guys being stronger or even depicted as close to Ichigo when Ichigo has been having rapid growth. No matter how much growth a captain can have, none of them can have a visored mask. So that level of power that Ichigo has on top of the Bankai that he ended up getting, he's that should far surpass anything because Ichigo didn't have his hollow mask when he fought against Kenpachi, right? He beat Kenpachi. And then he went to go fight Byakuya and he ended up getting a hollow mask after that. But like that's completely, different subject. But let's get into this. right, I am finished with this picture of Kenpachi Zaraki, the uh, the captain that somehow every time Ichigo needs help ends up showing up and showing out. Essentially, he made it light work cutting off the arm of cutting off the leg of the Espada number 0, which, like, you know, it doesn't. Ichigo went up to that same Espada and used his Getsuga Tensho on its back and nothing happened. So, I don't know. But that's it for this video. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you didn't. Let me know what I can do in the comment sections to make it better for you to watch next time. The glove is off. Peace, love. Thanks for watching.